the medicine woman.
Hi guys, welcome to my channel. It's Asha Lovely Day, your medicine woman here. And this video is basically saying why just be positive, like in quotation marks, is harmful to trauma survivors. So toxic positivity silences pain instead of addressing it. And sometimes you need to sit down and be realistic about your situation. Some situations aren't positive. You can't make positive negative. So for me, I don't make much money. I'm unemployed. And I'm not going to sit down and be like certain people be like, oh, when I say I'm poor, they'd be like, you're rich. I didn't say I'm going to be poor forever. I'm saying I don't have much money and I'm poor now. So most people's like, no, speak that upon your life. That's not how that works. And that's not how the English language is defined. Stating something as it is, like let's say you're sick right now, and stating or you're in this circumstance doesn't mean that you dictate it over your life forever. You know what I mean? So be realistic about the situation that you're in, and it will help you cope with what it is that you're doing. For me, if I don't acknowledge I'm poor or I don't make a certain amount of money, I won't be able to budget. For me, do my hair myself, do makeup myself, make sure makeup is cheaper. I find ways to I pride myself in my ability to kind of spend money wisely because I don't have much of it. And sometimes you see them online being like, yeah, vibrate money, blah, blah, blah. And I do believe that to a certain sense. This is a spiritual channel, but at the end of the day, you have to be realistic with your circumstances and save your money and learn to manage your money and learn to cheap out on groceries sometimes and eat the same thing just so you can like prioritize certain things. But like dictating something over your life would be like, I'd never be happy. I'd never be this. It could be like, I feel lonely and I'm single. It's different from being like, I'll never find love. So it's realistic for you to be aware of your circumstances because otherwise, what you're doing is deluding yourself. And what does deluding yourself do for you, really? Being delusional about what? It's like you're not in the circumstance that you want to be in. And it may oftentimes push you to want to do and be better. There is no point being delusional. I know good things are coming for me. I know that I have great things coming ahead of me and a bright future, but I'm not in the circumstance that I want to be in. See it that way. And as a survivor of abuse and all these kind of things that you're experiencing from society, from abusers, you need validation and you don't need denial. Denial will not help you evolve. Denial will not help you to heal. The positive vibes only is not real. And I try to be positive. This channel is positive. Like I only wear bright colors. I'm in my pink, divine, feminine, very positive era. Only discuss positive things or try to bring a positive outlook towards things. But the positive vibes only brings it's emotional gaslighting. You're just gaslighting yourself. Life is like it's important that there is positivity and negativity. There will never be a life where everything is just great. Something uncomfortable, something bad will happen, and you need to process it so that you can move forward and let it be a situation that propels you forward. For me, I went through a horrible breakup. I was so in love and we're not together anymore, but then it led me to make this channel. Oftentimes, the very awful and terrible and horrible things that I go through or horrible things that I've been through usually propel me towards what's the word? Usually propel me towards change. And I definitely think it teaches shame around trauma, like grief, anger, and fear. There is no shame in feeling those things. Feeling shame, feeling anger, and feeling grief is absolutely normal. And anyone that will tell you that it's not normal is teaching you to gaslight yourself. That's why I believe in the spiritual, sometimes self help space. There are a bunch of narcissistic people who aren't helping you process your grief and understanding the circumstances that you're in. People in extreme poverty, people who have lived in abuse, people who are recovering from living in abuse, people who have lived in situations that are extremely traumatic, do not need to feel as though that their experiences are not being seen for what they are. Some people live in extremely deplorable, if that's the word, chaotic situations that affects them on a day-to-day basis. They do not need to feel as though they are crazy or that what they've gone through is not that bad, because it is that bad. And you need to be validating yourself, and you cannot validate yourself if everything around you is gaslighting you, anyways. Real healing comes from holding space for a full spectrum of emotions. Sometimes you can. I think I saw this acting coach, and she was talking about Gal Gadot's performance on the Snow White movie, and she said her performance was very stoic because of she didn't have a full range of emotions on her face, because that is what humans do and are. Sometimes you can be like, today I haven't slept and I'm going to a party today and I'm excited for going to a party, but there's a person I was involved with, like just say romantically for the sake of this channel. It wasn't romantic, it was just like a FWB. Can I say that I miss that man bad? I'm sorry. And it's a plethora of emotions I'm feeling at the same time. And that is life. I'm excited to go to this party. I'm excited to see my friend and my friends. But then I miss someone I was involved with. So life is a full spectrum of emotions. And I embrace all of it happening at the same time, and all of it occurring at once, because that is life. Life is experiencing a full spectrum of emotions. Most things are a spectrum, anyways. Nothing is black and white. And if you have black and white thinking of positive, negative, it's not going to help you. You might as well have a realistic look at things. And realism doesn't mean pessimism. Just as much as you are, just as much as there are some people living the best and most fulfilling and happy lives, it is also realistic for you to live that. And also realistic for you to live the most negative and unfulfilling life as well. So just believe in the possibility of progress for yourself, at least. So, other alternatives, I would say practice radical self-compassion. So as you're going through this realism, there's no point torturing yourself or beating yourself up for things. Absolutely not. Like, it does nothing for you. So radical self-compassion rather than radical sometimes self-love, which is not realistic a lot of the time, or radical self-acceptance is much better than radical self-love. It is much better than toxic positivity. It is killing people. It is making people feel inept for the circumstances that they cannot change, or sometimes they won't be ever be able to change, like cancer or terminal illnesses or disabilities, you know? So at the end of the day, being realistic is not a crime. Be balanced. Always strive to seek balance. Always strive to seek emotional honesty. And that is what balance is, being balanced truly, to ensure that what's it called? You are living a fulfilled life and you're living in the most realistic expectations for yourself. Because you can't expect to be toxic positive and be like everything's gonna be okay and be like these hustling, bustling people who haven't lived the life that you've lived. Trauma dysregulates your nervous system. You need to do the work to kind of build your nervous system back again, anyways. So you need to you need to integrate darkness and light, not by bypassing pain. So pain is the catalyst for evolution. The butterfly process for that butterfly, from what I've read, is extremely painful. The phoenix I've read the phoenix in my poetry class in high school, and that phoenix went through a lot from what I remember. But I was in the early moments of high school, so I do not remember. So it's not easy to come into the person that you're supposed to be. It's not easy to live the life that you are destined to live. But at the end of the day, you toxic positivity is not going to get you there. Radical self acceptance and radical self compassion will always be the answer to that. So, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you guys supporting me and appreciate you guys showing up for me, my videos. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, pink hearts as usual. And make sure to turn on the post notifications, subscribe to my Patreon if you're interested. And I love you. Have a nice day.